The Simpsons. The Simpsons, an animated series based on the adventures of a peculiar yellow family who lives in a fictional American city called Springfield, which, according to the creator, is inspired by the American city located in the state of Oregon. This pilot television series came to light on the small screen in the year 1987, in which it gave its first episode in premiere mode on the Tracy Ullman program on the Fox channel. On April 19 of that same year. However, was not released. As we all know, the series began as a section of short episodes for the Fox channel that were presented on the channel once it went to commercials, simply as a section to not bore the viewer while it returned to its regular programming. But and where does the idea of this peculiar yellow family come from? The main idea came, at the time, from an American cartoonist and writer, later also a television producer, named Matt Groening, who created the character The Sings for The Simpsons. In a small office in Bronx City, and updated the names of his characters, the surnames of his relatives and acquaintances, and thus give a new color to the family, which we know as a yellow. Since he wanted his series to be striking for all kinds of people and age, and that when looking for entertainment in the channel, people stopped by its section because of this striking color. On the other hand, the surname Simpson translates to son of a fool, due to the humorous feature of the animated series.
Is there anyone who doesn't know what The Simpsons is? Or, better yet, is there anyone who isn't an absolute super fan of The Simpsons? It is a series that was born in 1989 and continues to accompany us. The spectator has already become accustomed to his presence. The Simpsons is one the fiction that has made revolutions, audiovisual narrative, an absolute benchmark in animation that in way of making series. We are not strange one bit. For this reason we also want to celebrate that today, April 29th, its first World Day is celebrated. The importance of The Simpsons. We always say that The Simpsons is one of the most important series in the history of television. The reasons are not few. This series, which are released in some universities around the world, is an obviously cultural reference whose power and influence has reached and corners to the planet. His great Mary Lynch in now forever changes the narrative of television that we knew inaudible. The Simpsons created a trend that is still more watched today than ever, and that fictional animation for adults. Cartoon series were commissioned as products for children, a children's issue. But The Simpsons made that target increase, using a wonderful to choose a two-level narration. The scripts of the series are written so that little ones and adults like it, and in a way that is not strange for children, who remain a lot from jokes that are not meant for them. Of course, there's something ingenious that it need to brilliantly achieve what we say it's not small. In addition, The Simpsons was born as one of the most irrelevant to any series, with intelligent and hard humor. What that does not leave anyone indifferent. In order to the rich, attractive and captive the most revenue planet, the series has managed to become strong big critics and parodying our society in an aspect economic, social, cultural, political. Reference to the present have been another of the case that many of the series later have wanted to limit. To cover the children's public, we have a family. Some children we have seen or not grow up, and that they start in many of the greatest moments. Bright colors, a fun language with its own vocabulary, and a home atmosphere that always wins are also great ingredients. And, of course, all this that we say is accompanied by enduring a wonderful collection of charities. They are selfish, they are mean, they are cruel, they are tremendous human, paradoxical and captious, and it is impossible not to empathize with them. Will they represent us in the most primitive faiths, even when they start in the most crazy and surreal plots. They manage and shows which reality makes us shudder with language but also in a respectful way.
In the episodes of The Simpsons, they are mostly comedy and take real or surreal situations from the comedy of the public of all ages. For example, in one of the episodes, the father of the family loses his car, and they have to go to New York to be able to pay the fine and recover it. But when he was going to pay for it, he regrets it and decides to take the car via Gruntswell and crashing several cars. Another example is when one of the charlatans who opens frankly is Mr. Burns, and in this episode he is shot and taken to the hospital, and in about 2 or 3 episodes they want to discover who was the one who activated the weapon, having many suspects, and in the end it is discovered what this was the baby of the Simpson family who activated it, and she the one who shot the Lord. Another episode is where the father of the family is united with his mother. Sometime after is abandoned, and she needs the help of the father in order to evade the police for crime he committed in the past. In the end, everything is sorted, and this mother stayed at home, but one night she slept in the living room and died, while his son went down to wake her up. Another topic is about the controversies that the Simpsons have had. One of them is in the aforementioned episode of New York. They found the Twin Towers apart, but with the terrorist attack they suffered it was the seed edit the episode to leak tell him. Another of these is with the charters of Apu that according to a representative of the country of India was an offensive stereotype for the inhabitants of his country, and it was requested to remove it from the series or the last modification. Another uncharted real controversy is one of the main ones called Homer. Since with the passing of the Simpson it was recognized but like a idiot person, unable to do anything from the single contract with the beginning of the Simpsons. Their attack it was see that he was a idiot if he could do things and managed to do him in a good way sometimes. With the passing of the Simpsons was changing some aspects such as the charlatans, situations, or settings, so as not to be offensive to a group of people of the community in general. Because of these people are stopping saying the Simpsons because they say they lost the funny and not longer want to make jokes of dark humor. But this has been done to be able to constrain in transmission and reach a greater audience, not be making jokes in backstage and taking young people.